All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Ryan Johnson from MoneyBass.com. As you guys come into the live stream, please hit a 1 in the chat. I just want to make sure that the audio is good and we don't have any interference, feedback, all that good stuff. Let's see. I see a few people checking in. All right, if you guys can hear me okay, please drop a 1 in the chat for me. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me before we get started out here. Again, this is another On the Water Live. And real quick, just want to thank everybody for coming out and hopping into the chat, participating on these with me. So today, for everybody who does not know, I have completed the 1.290 update. With that update, I was having a lot of trolling motor interference. So I did put a video out that showed you guys the process of what it took for me to get a new Mega Live transducer. So make sure you guys check out that video. If it is not linked in the description right now, I will link that, or you can just go straight to the to my channel and check out that video that is already out and active. So guys, I can tell you right off the bat, I am on the trolling motor heavy. Let me just show you. It is set on 7 right now. So if you guys were out here before, so just take a look at the screen. Look at the clarity that I have already. So what we're gonna do is get out here today and just track some fish, track some cover, and you know, just have some fun with it. Today is pretty much all about getting you guys out here so you can see how the new 1.29 update looks for anybody that has any questions. And again, tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, every Tuesday. I didn't have the live stream last week. There was a lot going on, you know, with Halloween and all that good stuff. But every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, we have our live stream. So tonight at 8 p.m., I will be live and we will be going a little more in depth about the Mega Live system. So I appreciate everybody, especially all the members of the channel. Shout out to the Money Team. You guys have already seen those exclusive videos that I've been putting out just for you guys. And the one that is in there right now that I know a lot of people were interested in is how I obtained my new Mega Live transducer at zero cost, guys. So if you guys are interested in that type of stuff, make sure you take a look at the channel. And let's see who else we have checking in. So we have the MoneyBass Kid checking in. What's going on, man? Really appreciate you stopping in. And like I said, I see he dropped a 1 in the chat for me. Who else do we have checking in? If you are checking into this live stream, guys, please drop a 1 in the chat. Just want to see who is checking in this evening, guys. Well, this afternoon, not evening yet. So I will be out here for maybe about an hour or so. Again, the focus and the goal of this live stream is just to get out here and show you guys the Mega Live imaging on the 1.290 update. All right, and there we go, guys. What is that right there? Not sure what that is, but what I'm going to do is get out here, take a look at some cover, some structure, and just see how this stuff looks out here. All right, so we have all right, I see everybody checking in now. All right, so what I'm going to do is just get out here and kind of scan around, guys. I have my target lock set up. Everything is functioning, looking good. Water level's a little down, and I do have to kind of work around the camera setup on here. So let me just back out from where I'm currently at. All right, so I'm just scanning around. And like I said, if you guys, as you come into the chat, just drop a few messages in here. All right, I see some people checking in. Really appreciate everybody tuning in. Looks like we have a nice little crowd. And I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but we do have Cajun the Hawk Sam checking in. For all you guys that do not know, that is Chicken Hawk in here trying to creep into my live stream. This weekend, I know you guys have been asking for it for a while, and you know Chicken Hawk has been dodging me, but I got him pinned down this weekend, guys. We are going to be at Lake Neely Henry. We are going to be participating in a tournament, but within that tournament, y'all are going to see me stomping Chicken Hawk out this time because, you know, he's been running, but I finally caught him. So we're going to be out there on the lake, so that's going to be a good time. Make sure you guys tune in for that. And for that tournament, we will be live, guys. So if you guys are interested in seeing some of that live action, make sure you tune in for that. All right. And just to keep you guys updated, I'm just out here. And also, let me know if it gets a little windy for you guys too. Just testing out a new new headset. All right, guys, let me see. Just kind of in some shallow water so I can just drop these talons for a second. I don't have them synced with my with the remote just yet. So everybody, just bear with me. Let me just hop into the chat real quick and then give you guys a quick rundown for anybody that is new checking in. All right, we have Cliff going on. What's going on, Cliff? Glad you made it into the live stream. All right, and Cajun the Hawk Sam is checking in. Are you going to be on the live stream tonight? We might have to give people an introduction. We might have some new people who don't know who Cajun the Hawk Sam is. Shout out to Bill. Really appreciate it. Drop the one in the chat. Let me know everything is looking good, sounding good. We also have Steve checking in. Okay, I have a lot of subscribers in here today. Steve said looks good. All right, then we have, what is that? FAFO Fishing checking in. He said, love this real American outdoors. All right, really appreciate you checking into the live stream. Fred says, give me some good news, MoneyBass. Oh, hey, the good news is already here. Take a look at that screen. Now, when I was moving just a second ago, I have the trolling motor set on 7, no interference. Right now, I have my talons down, but I'll go ahead and hit the trolling motor again. You can see a little bit come right here, but I just installed this, so I haven't adjusted the settings or anything, guys. But that interference that I had before is now gone. I can tell you guys that. But what I'll do is as we're getting more into the live stream, I'll kind of put the trolling motor at different speeds, take a look at some fish, some cover, structure, that kind of stuff, so you guys can see how everything looks for you. All right, then we have Umberto checking in. What is going on? He says, hi, MoneyBass. What's going on? Really appreciate you checking into the live stream. The Mass Bass Kid, what's going on, man? He says, oh, man, Chicken Hawk is in the house. Oh, yeah, Chicken Hawk is here. All right, Cliff says, hearing that Humminbird knows the cause of the trolling motor RFI interference. The problem was apparently always there, and the update exposed it. All right, hey, could be. So I don't know the specifics on it. I just know that I was having a problem, and I just wanted to do whatever I needed to do to get it taken care of. All right, so let's just start scanning around, guys. And I guess what I can do is just put it on the full screen. I know someone, shout out to Big Mac. I know someone last time wanted to see that full screen. So there you go. So let's go ahead and take a look at the full screen. I'm scanning around left and right. Just going to look around until I find some structure and see if I can find some fish out there for you. All right, not really seeing anything just yet. I might need to move around a little bit, guys. All right, yeah, let me pull these talons back up. Actually, we have a minute. Like I said, I'll be out here for maybe about an hour, guys. Let me just just bear with me. I'm going to sync my talons back to my remote real quick. All right, here we go. All right, let me just pull this back up again. All right, bear with me, guys. Head to stage. All right, so I'm just gonna troll around a little bit. So right now I am on the trolling motor, and you can kind of see some interference out there around 30 feet. And actually, let me go back and change these settings. So here are my settings, guys. Let me just put it back on here real quick. Just trying to get everything set up for you. Remove from stage. Okay, here we go. So these are my current settings. And what I'm going to do, Mega Live mode, I like to keep this on forward. Let's see what else we have down here. Steer, target lock. Yeah, so none of these settings are really, I didn't take the time to adjust them. So you guys are actually see in real time how I go through here and set up my forward display mode. You will see how I set up my unit from beginning to end right here. So I like to kick these numbers all the way up for sensitivity, all the way until I start seeing interference. Uh-oh, I am not seeing interference, guys. So let me turn that all the way up and make it hot. I like to run my sensitivity real hot, guys. All right, there we go. So in contrast, you can see the interference start coming. Well, not interference, but just the noise coming in a little bit. Dynamic contrast, I have that on high. Let's see, let me put that back. Leave that on high for now. Forward range. Let's put this forward range out to about 95. That's pretty much where I like to run mine at. All right, that's 105, 95. There we go. All right, now let's take a look around and see what we can see. All right, shout out to Fred. He says, sounds those talents need some lube. Oh yeah, they need some TLC. Yeah, I gotta go in and get those things cleaned up a little bit to get rid of all that loud noises that you guys were hearing when I was bringing those talents back up. All right, so all I'm doing now, guys, is just kind of moving around, trying to see where some cover and some fish are right now. So we're just scanning. That purple haze that you see, again, that is the shout out to Edward Ragsdale Fishing checking in. All right, so that purple haze that you see as I'm moving the transducer back and forth. And real quick, I know there's some people who don't really know about my setup, so let me just show you something real quick. Add to stage. There we go. All right, so what we have up here. Let me grab one of these rods. Maybe that'll be a better way to point out some things to you. All right, so if you take a look up here, that is my target lock. Shout out to Sly Doggy TN, a very, very strong supporter of the channel. He donated that system to the channel, guys. So big shout out to Sly Doggy TN. I know a lot of you guys know who he is. All right, and what I have up here up front, this is a G4N 12-inch Helix SI screen. And this right here is a G2N. I run my 360 and my sonar and mapping pretty much on this unit down here, guys. But the thing that we're looking at today is the Mega Live, which I run on this 12-inch screen. So at the console, I have a Helix 10 side imaging, mega side imaging unit, and a 9 mega down imaging unit. That is at the console. All right, so but the Mega Live, I am running on this 12-inch unit. All right, so that's a quick rundown of that, guys. So the other thing, I have the Ultrex, of course, and I have my Mega 360 that you see over here on the other side. So that is the setup that I'm currently running. All right, let me just put this back up so you guys can see that full screen. And now, like I said, all I'm doing is just kind of roaming around and looking for some fish, some cover, some structure. Oh, and the other thing, I need to put my down range. I forgot about that. Let me put my down range to about 30. And that's probably why I wasn't really seeing anything. Let's do 35. Let's see what else. Color palette 3, persistence mode. I have that on high. Make a live remote. All right, there we go, guys. All right, so now here we go. Now there you go. Can you guys see the clarity that we have with the Mega Live 1.29? So I know there's a lot of people that were not having issues with their live imaging screen, and I kind of have a feeling that this is the quality that they were seeing. So now we're able to see that same quality, guys. And what I will do once I get out here and find some cover, and again, I'm just scanning around, guys. As soon as I start seeing some fish or some cover, then I'll kind of lock in on that spot, and then we'll start casting a few different baits, because I know a lot of people were asking about the tracking and stuff like that. All right, let's see. So I'm not seeing anything here, which is kind of odd. All right, what's going on, Chauncey? Glad you're checking in. He said, I am on point, fam. All right, let's see. All right, let me change this down range. Had it on 35. Let's go a little bit deeper. Let's put it on about 50. All right, there's a bait ball right there. Nice and bright. And you guys saw my settings. Okay, here we go. Look at those fish down here. So those fish are sitting in about 30 feet of water underneath that bait ball. So that is some fish right there. But I want to find some fish that are relating to some cover. All right, there we go. Here we go, guys. Sitting right there at about 40 feet. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and hit my spot lock. not spot lock, but my target lock. And you see this symbol right here came on the screen, so that shows that it is locked onto that spot right there. And I'm gonna back off of it and set it at about 60 feet. All right, once we get that at about 60 feet, then we'll start casting a few different baits on here. I'll hit spot lock. So, and again, guys, I want you to take note that we are not seeing that interference from that trolling motor like we were whenever I was out here. What was that, about 2 weeks ago, a week and a half or so ago, maybe, right before that, my last tournament, guys. So let's see. All right, there's a fish right there. There's a cover that we're going to be casting out to. All right, there's some more cover right there. Looks like there might be a few fish out there. Okay, yeah, there's a few fish out there roaming around. All right, so now I'm going to spot lock onto that and hit my target lock. All right, so now let's see. That is about 15 feet deep, something like that. So what I'm going to do is start off with this crankbait and just see. First cast with the new transducer with the Mega Live. Just want to get an idea. There we go. I see the fish coming up to chase that crankbait. Could you guys see that? And there's my crankbait coming up nice and clear at about that 35-foot range. And you can see those fish down below the boat. So things are looking good. So now, cast number one. Give me some feedback in the chat. What do you guys think so far? Especially you guys that have been following the channel and know how what the interference, how that interference looked on those previous videos that I was that I had showed you guys. All right, so let's just hop back into the chat and see. I see Chicken Hawk is in here, has a few things to say. All right, he says, why don't you just throw out there and catch a fish like the co-angler has to do, asking for a friend? I'm gonna show your friend something this weekend. How about that, Chicken Hawk? You can ask for that friend and see what that friend has to say then. All right, so take a look at it, guys. Out there 10 feet down, suspended, all of those fish out there that were headed straight towards the boat. All right, so give me some feedback, guys. There we go. There's the crankbait coming back into play. I'm just going to reposition the boat so that I can have it facing in the wind the way that I need it to, so it won't really move around as much, and I can just keep the boat pointed in the direction where I want it to be. All right, so Steve Nielsen says, what's the purple color? All right, everybody, that purple color is persistence mode. That purple haze, that's what I like to call it. That purple haze you see is persistence mode. So anytime something moves on the screen, that purple will show up in the opposite direction of whatever it is that's moving. So say if there's a fish moving across the screen and it is swimming from left to right, so the purple haze will be to the left of that fish, because the purple haze will be behind that fish in the opposite direction, and that lets you know what direction those fish are moving in. Now take a look at all of that, guys. These right here, can you guys see that? The lake is currently turning over, so you can see these bubbles that are floating all the way up. So I know some people have mentioned a while back asking about turnover and things like that, so you can actually see the turnover on these lakes. That right there, I'm trying to, so that's coming straight up too. So those are bubbles right here too, guys, out there about 50 feet out. Can you guys see that? So those are bubbles. That's something that'll let you know when the turnover is occurring. All right, Steve Nielsen says, I might need to send mine in for a replacement. Hey, if you have to do what you have to do to get everything right. And again, I do have a few videos out. If you go to my channel, that I have some information in there that might help you guys out. All right, here we go. There's another bait ball right there, guys. So there's a lot of bait out here. So all I have to do is locate those fish again and see where they are in relation to that bait ball. But the mission for today pretty much has already been accomplished. For anybody that's just tuning in, the main focus was to get out here and see if that 129 update, there's that bait ball again, guys. Look how clear that is and how clear the image is on the screen. So the next thing I'm going to do is, once I get lined back up, we're just going to sit here and cast a few different baits at these fish and see how they react. Let's see, where did it go? Just got to get back here and get shout out to Paul Gavinsky, long time supporter of the channel, one of the original subscribers and members of the Money Team. Shout out to you. Really appreciate you tuning in. All right, so we're going to spot lock right here and go ahead and lock on to that target out there. So if you guys take a look out there around that 70-80 foot range, you can see some fish out there. They're sitting about 15 feet. So what I'm going to do is throw a crankbait out there first, and let's just see if they'll follow that crankbait, guys. Seeing if they'll follow that crankbait. All right, so they're about 80 feet out. You can see that crankbait coming in about that 30-foot range. All right, what I'm going to do is kind of, actually, who knows? Maybe they'll come out for a jerk bait. Let's try a jerk bait real quick. Just try a few different things. But what do you guys think? What are your thoughts on the clarity that you're seeing so far? All right, Chauncey says, I learn something new every time I watch the channel. This really is good for me being a co-angler until I get my boat. I will have some knowledge of using electronics. Yep, sure will. Hey, that's what we're out here for, guys. Just continue building a community of like-minded guys out here trying to make the best that we can, make the most that we can out here on the water. All right, and the other thing, how many of you guys that are watching have watched any of the live on the water? Basically, I like to call it the Battle of the Anglers. So there'll be 4 or 5 of us out on the screen. We'll be out on a lake, and we'll be going at it, guys. You'll see the tournament live and in action, kind of like the MLF style of tournaments happening live. All right, so now we're sitting at about, what is that, about 60 feet away. See if I can make this 60-foot cast. Okay, that jerk bait hit at about 70 feet out there. I don't know if you guys were able to see it. It was just outside of the beam, but enough for me to see it just a little bit. All right, there we go. It's already back into the 20-foot range. So that is the jerk bait. All right, then let's see who else we have checking in. He says, so your Mega Live failed after the update, and also, wait a second. He says, so your Mega Live failed after the update, and also my talents did when I updated the software. Glad we both getting our stuff fixed. Yep, good deal with that. All right, let's see. Chauncey said, okay, we got Paul Kavinsky. Shout out to the Money Team. He says, yes, I've watched them. So what they're talking about is the on the water, the live tournaments that we do, guys. Kind of like that MLF format. A lot of fun. You guys are active in the chat. All right, so what I'm going to do now, we see out there at about 70 feet. You can see that cover out there. Let's see if I can get this in the beam. Nope, missed the beam. All right, what I'm going to do is cast out to about that 75 foot range so you guys can see. And this is a shaky head, guys. So I'm going to throw out here about that 75 foot range. See if I can get that right in the beam. There we go. I hit it right at 80. If anybody saw that hit right at 80, put yes 80 in the chat. Just want to see if you guys are seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. So what I'm going to do is just fish that straight through that cover. And let's see if we can get a hookup on it, guys. All right, Chauncey says always tune in to the battles. Oh yeah, so we got might have some new recruits coming in, checking out the Battle of the Anglers too, guys. So if anybody's interested in that, make sure you definitely hit me on my Instagram. And I've been off the scene for a minute, so let me see. Let me get the banner back scrolling at the bottom of the screen. I want to give a shout out to Mark Scott. You see his name scrolling across the bottom. He was the sponsor of the last live stream that we did, guys. So really appreciate it. Very strong supporter of the channel. So yeah, the clarity on this to me is definitely looking a lot better. You can actually see the bubbles from the lake turning over coming out here. You can see the cover out here. You can see these fish that are roaming around right on the bottom. There were a few out here that were suspended. But give me some feedback, guys. What do you think about the clarity that you were seeing on the 1.1 1.290 update. This is the way it should look, in my opinion, without any of that trolling motor interference that we were seeing previously. All right, Paul Gavinsky says, got to get my GoPro straight so I may take a trip to see you when the time is good. Oh yeah, we'll probably eventually have a meetup, guys. So make sure that if you aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe, because we're going to be doing some big things, especially in 2024, guys. We have what, a month and a little more than a month and a half left in this year. Time flies. All right, then we have Steve Nielsen says yes 80, so he saw it. Then we have D Hogue 321, he saw it hit at 80 also. All right, Paul Gavinsky says you went past it, good throw. All right, then we have Bridget Allen Fishing checking in. What is going on? Says I just updated mine yesterday, hoping I didn't have any issues. Oh yeah, hopefully so. Hopefully you're not going to have any of the issues, and you will only see the good side of things. All right, says how many Mega Live owners are here now? So yeah, I mean, if you are in the chat and you have Mega Live, put Mega Live in the chat. If you are running livescope, put livescope in the chat, and if you are running active target, put active target in the chat. On this channel, guys, we're pretty much, it's a mixture of all of the different brands, different setups. We're mainly here just to help each other out, so it doesn't really matter what system you run. Everyone is welcome here, because it's basically all live imaging, and we can learn things from each other. Especially there are some guys who are running a mixture of the system. Some people may have a Humminbird and Garmin setup, or Lowrance and Garmin, or something like that. So there's things that we can always learn from each other. So yeah, just drop that in the chat, and that should answer your question. Paul Gavinsky says, how many Mega Live owners are here now? So it looks like there's a lot. All right, Bridget Allen says, can you pick up your lure easier on the live? So I am only 27 minutes into using this since I'd completed everything. But take a look at those fish out there sitting at 50 feet. You can see them coming off of that structure. So let me see if I can hit this right at about 60, because you see those fish right there on the other side of 60. Let's see if I can get it, guys. Boom. There we go. Hit it right at 70. Did you guys see that? There it goes, dropping down. There goes the fish heading over to it. All right. So you guys say yes, 70. If you saw that hit at 70, say yes, 70. So let's see. Bridget Allen, your question was, can you pick up your lure easier on the live? So did you see that cast? I was shooting for 60, but I hit it right at 7. Well, shooting for 65. I hit it right at about 70, which was a good enough cast. I was able to see it when it hit the water and track it on its way down. Again, I have not gone in and made the settings, the adjustment on the settings, as precise as I eventually will want them to be. Okay, take a look at that, guys. Can you see all those fish coming out of that cover? They're coming down there to that shaky head. Whether they're going to hit it or not is a completely different story. The lake is turning over right now, and a lot of times whenever that's happening, for some reason, those fish get very finicky. And as I look around out on the lake, I can see bubbles coming up, kind of all over. So this time of year, this offshore bite starts kind of slowing down for me whenever I start seeing that turnover. So you kind of have to move around a lot to find those active fish. But today I'm not going to be moving around a lot. We're just focusing on seeing the how the clarity is on the new Mega Live 1.290 update, the way that it should be with this new transducer that I got, guys. So just check it out. And also tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, I see we have a few more people checking in. Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern, make sure you tune in for the live stream. So every Tuesday, we get together, have a good time during the live streams. Some people use it as a brag board. Let us know what they've been doing out here, fishing tournaments, things like that. And we have different topics that we go over and discuss. All right, let's see who else we have out here. We have Sir You checking in. He says, looks crystal clear, catch some fish. Now see, that's what I'm talking about. You guys know I'm out here today for just about an hour, and I wanted to show you guys how the system works. But last time you were getting on me saying that I wasn't catching any fish or anything. Not really trying to catch fish. Maybe I will do that in the last. Let me see. We've been out here for about 30 minutes. So I'll play around with the settings and stuff like that and let you guys see a few different baits just a little bit longer. and then maybe I'll in the last maybe for another 10-15 minutes, and then I'll take off real quick and see if I can catch a fish for you while we're on live. All right, shout out to Bridget Allen, says love your channel, Money Bass. Really, really appreciate it. And guys, if you could do me a favor, click that share link and send it to 2 people that you think would be interested in this type of content. The channel is growing fast, guys, and the more that the channel grows, the more content, the more things that we'll be able to offer. As far as we have sponsors and things that are coming to the channels now. Whenever we're doing the on the water challenges, as far as those battle of the anglers. So we're moving, guys, and I really, really do appreciate the support from the channel. All right, so that is the shaky head. Let me go ahead and do that one more time, but real quick, let me hop back into the chat. Sir, you says he's running Garmin. Get the net fishing. What is going on? Really, really appreciate you checking in. Has Mega Live. D Hogue says Mega Live. Bridget Allen says Mega Live. Steve Nielsen Mega Live. Sir, you says yep, 70. Okay, so he saw that 70-foot cast, and you guys are definitely getting active in the chat, so really, really appreciate it. Let's see what else we have. Steve Nielsen said yes, 70. Chauncey saw it at 70. Bridget Allen said he saw it at 70. Paul Gavinsky says only 5 likes. Uh-oh, come on, Paul. Don't tell me that my likes are looking kind of famished. I mean, we're out here trying to put in a little work, trying to get some guys some good information and everything. Can I get like about 3 or 5 more likes? Let me know when the likes come up a little bit, Paul. Really, really appreciate it, guys. All right, then we have 1922 Bass 54 says I'm seeing lots of feedback on mine. Oh yeah, so that's what we're here to talk about. Just take a look at settings and things like that, see if we can get everybody out here on the same page. All right, so there's that cover that I'm targeting right there, guys. Let me lock back in on that again. So I have my target lock and my spot lock both engaged right now, and as you guys can see, all of that trolling motor interference is gone now. So hey, I'm definitely happy now, guys. All right, sir, you said the fish don't care about that silly fish finder. All right, 1922 Bass says Mega Live. So that kind of gives you guys an idea of what systems everybody is running. And like I said, whether you're running Garmin, Humminbird, Lowrance, we're just out here to help each other out and have a good time and come out here and kind of talk about our success out on the lake. Okay, that was 70 right there, guys. We hit right there at 70. You can see it going down. And did you guys see that fish come over to it? They're just coming over, taking a look and saying hi and bye. All right, so let's see. We'll see. Let's see if they want to bite something. I doubt it. They're acting very finicky today, guys. All right. 1922 says lots of pulsating circles. So mine does that whenever I'm in shallower water, especially around a hard bottom. And for me, I think it could be with the 360, but I don't really experience that too often. All right, here we go, guys. All right, so now let's try a moving bait. Let me just move around a little bit. All right, there we go, out of 60 feet. So I'm gonna throw a moving bait out there. I'm pulling that shaky head right through that cover that you see out there right now. There's a fish going down to it. Let's see if it's gonna go away from it. Nope, they're just following behind it. They just want to take a look at it and say, nah, we're not feeling it today, partner. We're not feeling it today. All right, get the net fishing says definitely a beautiful picture. Oh yeah, oh yeah. So gonna get out here and spend a little more time with it. But for today, I wanted to drop out here real quick before the 8 p.m. live stream. So make sure you guys that are watching, again, hit that share link and send this video out to 2 people that you think would be interested in this type of content. Want to make sure we continue to keep this channel growing, guys. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is throw a jerk bait out here. That was definitely a bad cast right there. Let me reel that back in. Try to see if I can throw this jerk bait out here and get it in the beam. Let's see if I got that one in the beam. I think I missed it. Okay, there we go. Was that it? Okay, I started about 50 feet. You guys can see it right there at about 30. So what I'll have to do with something like a jerk bait, something like that, is just spend a little more time getting my cast a little more accurate. Let me try it this way. Just change the angle and still did a bad cast. So that is not going to work. Paul Gavinsky says, we got up to 9, folks. Oh, come on, Paul. We only have 9 likes. My likes are looking famished. Looking like some little dinks, huh? I mean, can somebody set the hook on the like button for me, please? Just set the hook on the like button. All right, 1922 Bass says, wish I could talk to you personally. He says, I could explain it better than texting. So, yeah, I've been working on getting some things set up because a lot of people have been wanting to reach out to me. So just stay tuned, peoples. I will try to get something like that set up to where I can do some direct consultations or something like that to help the guys out. All right, let's see. All right, what I'm going to do now, you see that jerk bait was sitting there right at about 10 feet. I'm just going to throw it out in little increments. So right there, it just hit at, still missed the beam. All right, you can see that jerk bait coming in. So I want to get something out here where I can actually show you guys a farther distance. But before I do that, let's see what time. How are we looking on time, guys? It is 4:43. All right, Paul says there are more Mega Live owners in here than 9. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are. Some guys, they just want to kick back and watch the show. They don't really get active in the chat too much. That's why I say I really do appreciate it. You guys do take the time to get active in the chat and participate and everything and share feedback and everything. So it does help, help the other viewers out. All right, so what I'm going to do now, you see we're sitting out there at about 60 feet. So I'm going to make a cast and let's see if we can see how the fish react. All right, so that cast looks like it was more in the 90-foot range. I may have cast a little farther than that, than what it's set up to. But what I'm doing is just slow rolling the bait through here. And what we should see is fish start coming and trailing that bait. So that way we'll see how fish see some fish movement. Let's just see. Did I do a good cast on that one, guys? All right, I see Paul Gavinsky says tossing Alabama rig. He wants to see that A rig in action. All right, so I think I had a bad cast on that one, guys. I didn't see the any fish reacting or my bait on that one. Let me get a better cast this time. Let's see. All right, now I'm checking. Nah, still didn't get my cast lined up good enough. But as you can see, those fish are relating to the bottom. I was trying to see if I could get them to kind of come up and get off of the bottom so you guys can see them a little better. But my casting today is a little off. I'm a little rusty. I haven't been to the lake in about a week. All right, there we go. Look at that fish at about 35, 40 feet. So some fish out there in that range. I can see the fish moving out there where that cover is at. All right, let's hop back into the chat, see what kind of questions you guys have. All right, Paul Gavinsky says 30 feet. Tossing Alabama rig. All right, 1922 says, I get a lot of pulsating circles even with my 360 off in any depth. So make sure you watch the live stream tonight and put that in the chat, because I know there's some guys that were having that issue before and they can tell you what they did to resolve that issue. For that, it seems like it could, I can't really remember specifically, but I'm pretty sure there'll be somebody in the chat tonight. So just make sure you tune into the live stream and put that information in the chat, and we'll see if there's some guys in there that if I have already resolved that issue whenever they were having it. Paul Gavinsky says he wants to see what an A rig looks like. I think I do have one tied on, but more than likely what I'll do, so that during the lives, I know it's kind of boring for you guys to kind of just watch the screen like this. Let me just change the view, and also in the chat. Let me just change this real quick. So this is the double view, and then the other way was a single view. Which view do you guys prefer? So this way you can kind of see the rod, and I can show you the bait that I'm, the baits that I'm throwing sometimes. Let's see. How about we try a drop shot? Let's cast a drop shot out there. All right, it looks like there's some fish right out there at about 20 feet away from the boat. So let's hit out here about 20 feet. You see that drop shot going straight down there. All right. All right, so we have one vote for double. We have one vote for single, but Paul Gavinsky is a member of the money team, so he's trying to pull rank on that one. Let's see who else we have. Let's see. He says you should see 60 feet with an A rig. Let me see. I better get lessons then. Been over 3 months for me. All right. So Paul says double. Steve says single. All right. What time is the live chat? So the live will be tonight at 8 p.m. Make sure you guys tune in tonight at 8 p.m. So today I just wanted to get out here, and for the guys that were available that could tune in and just see live for themselves my results of my update. I showed you guys the settings that I was running. Let me just go back to that single screen for you real quick and show you guys my settings. So there we go. Those are my settings for anybody that wanted to know that. Downrange 50, forward range 95. I keep my color palette on 3. Dynamic contrast is high. So that's something that you can kind of play around with, and you guys can see it kind of changes the way that those images look. And you can adjust your contrast and sensitivity based on what you have that dynamic contrast on. Right now I have mine set on high. And once I start trying to track crankbaits and more things like that, then I do get in here and I adjust my sensitivity, contrast, and the dynamic contrast. And also the other thing, auto sensitivity contrast. So let's just turn that on for a second and get back over here and see what that structure. Kind of floating away from where I was from where I was trying to line up with. Let me just get lined back up again. All right, and again, as you guys see, I'm not getting that trolling motor interference anymore. All right, so it's coming back into play. You see it at about the 80-foot range. There we go. So now I'm going to target lock onto that spot and also spot lock. So now I'm locked in onto that spot. Man, it's fun getting out here doing these lives, guys, but sometimes it's like I'm seeing these fish and I do want to actually fish and catch some. I'm trying to resist the temptation. I'll probably come back out here and do another live and focus on catching some fish. But let me just see if I can get these fish to come up. Hit something on top. All right, so what I did is I cast out there. You can see that cover out there at about 80 feet out. So I'm trying to throw maybe about that 90 to 100 range and bringing something right over the heads of those fish. Let's see if we can get them to come up, guys. And it definitely looks like they are not willing to play. So they said, nope, we are not interested. All right, so threw something above their heads. I threw a bait that came through those fish. Let me throw a crankbait out here again. And what I'll do next time, actually, let me do this now. Let's go into the sensitivity. and I'm cranking that all the way down. What I had mentioned before, guys, is that I try to crank those all the way up until I start getting a little bit of noise on the screen. All right, there we go. So that sensitivity is all the way up. Let's see how we can do with the contrast. There we go. See a little bit of noise start coming into play. And then the other thing that I like to adjust, let's take a look at auto sensitivity. Turn that off and on. So I like it better with it off. If you guys can notice that it really does, for me, it was making it a little more hot. So I'm able to see the movement and everything a little bit better with that. Dynamic contrast, I currently have that on high. That's low right there. That's balanced. And I'm kind of liking that on. So this is low. When you have this type of noise and stuff on here, it does show you more, but of course you see more noise on the screen. So it really just depends on what you guys want to see. Sometimes I do run it hot like that so that I can see all of the cover and structure and everything a little bit better. So that's a crankbait right there that I just threw. I don't think I got that in the beam, but it's close enough to where I wanted to throw. Got to reel it kind of slow just in case it hits that cover. Yeah, so I didn't get that in the beam that time, guys. But like I said, what I'll do is I will come back out and make just a straight VOD, a video for you guys, and just cut out the parts where I don't necessarily get it inside the beam and all that kind of stuff, so you can see just the straight tracking of the baits and things like that. So I did that on a video for you guys on the 1.30, the 1.150, the 1.70, and the 1.20. So I did it on all of those updates. I just haven't done it on the 1.29 yet. So I'll do that and get it out here for you guys. All right, so that was a good cast with the crankbait. All right, and again, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, make sure you guys tune into the live stream. So, you know, we're going to have some good fun like we always do each week. Shout out to the members of the Money Team. All right, look at that crankbait right there, guys. It was kind of deep. I started seeing it coming up off the bottom at around that 40 to 50 foot range. All right, so you can see that cover. Let me see if I can cast out there by that cover and bump that cover where you see those fish moving around at. Let's see. Let's see if I can bump that cover without getting stuck in it. All right, so once again, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. Make sure you guys tune in for the live stream. Go over some nice, interesting topics. And I'll pretty much go over some information about the live imaging and everything, some of the things that I've been able to figure out with it. And we'll get on there and just kind of share notes on some things like we always do, guys. Shout out to Joseph checking into the live stream. He says, make that crankbait show a wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. What's going on? All right, let's see. Let's see who else we have checking in. All right. And I said the live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Fred likes that double screen. All right, let's see. Bridget Allen says, I'm digging the new update from your screen. I was thinking of switching to Garmin livescope, but Humminbird is really working out a lot of issues. I like how everything syncs so easily. Yeah, that was one of the main things for me, is because I run Humminbird. So I wanted to keep everything, like even when I set my waypoints, if I set a waypoint on my live imaging, that waypoint will transfer over to my Mega Live. I mean, not to the live, to the Mega 360. It'll show on my mapping, on all of my units and everything. So for me, I kind of like that, especially whenever I'm limited on time and I'm scanning and things like that. All right, let's see. Fred says, don't resist. Catch one. Nah, I don't think I'm going to do it today. I need to move a little more. Right now, I probably spooked these fish a little too much because I've been moving around right on top of them and everything. I really mainly just wanted to show you guys the update. So I'm seeing it for the first time since I completed the update and I installed that new transducer. Just like you guys, this is my first time seeing it. So you saw how I completed my adjustments and everything like that. Joseph says, looking a whole lot cleaner. Good call on the equipment. All right. Appreciate that. Get the net fishing says, we appreciate you doing this. I'm at work right now at the Academy Sports in Hickson. Uh-oh, got an Academy Sports. All right. All right. He says, I hope to make it home by 8 to watch the live with my home lake being Lake Chickamauga. Oh, yeah, Lake Chickamauga, good lake. I think, yeah, that's where I have my PB. What's your PB on Lake Chickamauga? I think mine was 8 pounds 7 ounces is my biggest fish, and I did catch that on Chickamauga. All right, Joseph says make that. Okay, I already got that one, and then let me see. Get the net says throw a freeloader. I do not know what a freeloader is. Besides somebody that's trying to hang around and not paying their part. So yeah, I throw one of them off the boat. All right, let's see. We've been running for about 50 minutes. Let's see what time. What time is it? 4:57. All right, so now I've done a few moving baits. We're sitting out there to about 70 feet now, where you see that cover at. There's a few fish in front of it. Let's just throw the shaky head again. Let's shoot for the 70. Let's see if we can hit 80. See if we can hit that 80 foot. And that was a bad cast. Man, somebody is up there having a bad day. It sounds like they were dragging their skeg on concrete. All right, so what we're gonna do, let me line this back up. There we go. You guys can see those fish out there now, right? So let's see if we can hit right at that 80 mark. All right, so take a look, guys. Let me know who can see this shaky head hit. Boom. Oh, I missed it. I think I missed the beam, guys. But I think it's close enough. I really didn't even do it again. I know those fish are looking down there like, man, why is that worm keep landing and just flying across the top of the water like that? All right, let's see if I can get it that time. Still missed it. All right, let's see who else we have checking in. All right, Joseph says your history trace feature looks a lot better now. Oh yeah, so that is the persistence mode. That's that purple haze that you see. So that's what I use to track the fish, track my baits, and just track movement. Is that purple haze? That is the persistence mode. All right, Steve Nielsen says see you at 8. All right, 8 p.m. Eastern, guys. I just wanted to get out here. I have been on the water for about 52 minutes, just a little under an hour. Did not move around at all. I just came out here, found some cover, and just lined the live imaging up on it so you guys could take a look at it. You pretty much saw how it was reacting whenever I moved the trolling motor. So my interference problems are gone. So if Mark Scott was in here, I'm pretty sure this is what he is saying also. And again, remember, I just came out here. I've been doing a lot of talking. I've done some adjustments and everything. But if I come out here and I focus a little bit more on getting my settings and everything dialed in, then I'm pretty sure I can get my picture a lot better than what it is. And I will be able to do some bait tracking for you guys. So next time I come out, what I'll do is I won't do it live, or maybe for the channel members, the guys that are members of the Money Team, and anybody that is interested in supporting the channel and becoming a channel member, make sure you click that join button, and it'll give you some information as far as some of the perks that you get that come along with being a member of the Money Team. Those are the members of the channel, and if you take a look, those are the guys that have the badge next to their name. So yeah, just go ahead and click on that. I have been putting some content in there specifically for the members. Just want to give you guys a little bit extra for supporting the channel. So really appreciate that. All right, so Steve says, what do you set your persistence on? All right, so here we go. There is my hold on, let me see, menu. There are my settings again, and persistence mode. Where is the persistence mode at? Where'd it go? Right now I have my persistence mode set on high, and I kind of adjust that just depending on what it is that I'm trying to do. All right, so get the net fishing says 7.4 pounds. Wait a minute. That means I got you. That means I got you. And actually, I have that that footage from Lake Chickamauga where I caught that fish. I caught it on a 6XD crankbait, 10-pound fluorocarbon line, fishing it on kind of shallow and banging it off of rocks, and caught that 8.7 pound fish on Lake Chickamauga. All right, guys, it is now 5:02. I really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Make sure you tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern for the live stream. I'm going to head on out of here. Have some things to do, but I hope you guys found some value in this content for today. So I really, really appreciate it, guys. Let's see. Get the Net Fishing says, make a trip up here. We'll have a bunch of them in tomorrow. Jacob Wheeler's new baits, Rapala Crush City soft baits. Okay, all right. Doing it big, doing it big. All right, guys, really, really appreciate you. Shout out to the members of the Money Team. Anybody that is interested in becoming a member of the channel, make sure you click that join button below. I do have some exclusive content specifically for the channel members. So really, really appreciate you. I will see you guys tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. And, oh, one other thing before we head out. Please share these links. When that link comes out for the live stream tonight at 8 p.m., please share that link, send it out to at least 2 people that you think will be interested in that content. So tonight we're going to be talking about live imaging. And of course, I mean, there'll be some other topics that may pop into it, but the main thing that we're going to talk about tonight is the live imaging, guys, and how people are doing out there as far as your settings and all that stuff. All right, guys, really appreciate you. I will see you guys tonight at 8 p.m.